So here is day 6, I think, of reading the Christmas books. This one's called The Christmas Feast. Princess Tiana and Prince Naveen were celebrating their first Christmas together. Tiana invited their family and friends to her restaurant for a Christmas Eve feast. She wanted Naveen to share in the tradition she knew and loved. "We might need to buy some more ornaments," Tiana said. "As long as they're fit for a princess," Naveen replied. That week he had helped Tiana decorate her restaurant, make centerpieces and put up a tree, but there was still more work to be done. Tiana needed to buy ingredients for Christmas Eve dinner, so she and Naveen headed to the market. "I can't wait to taste the feast you're going to make," Naveen said. "With my help, of course." "Well, we need quite a few things," Tiana said. "Let's see. First, we should get the vegetables." Tiana carefully looked through all the produce at the vegetable store. She wanted to make sure that all the freshest ingredients for their Christmas feast. Next, they went to the butcher's shop. Then they stopped for some eggs and cheese. Finally, all Tiana needed was some powdered sugar for her famous bayonnaise. "I think we'll have to make another trip," said Naveen as he struggled with the tower of parcels. "How many people are we cooking for?" "My mother, Charlotte, Big Daddy, your parents, and our friends from the town and the bayou. We'll be serving everyone who wants to join us," Tiana said happily. "After all, the more the merrier." Tiana spent the next few days cooking and baking with Naveen by her side. "For someone who didn't know how to chop a mushroom, you've been quite an expert," Tiana told Naveen. "You taught me everything I know," Naveen reminded her. When darkness fell on Christmas Eve, all the food for the banquet was finally ready. "Before our guests arrive, I have a surprise for you," Tiana announced, handing Naveen his coat. "Where are we going?" he asked. "You'll find out soon enough," Tiana answered mysterious. "Just a hint," Naveen pleaded, but Tiana simply smiled silently. Tiana walked Naveen to the riverside, and together they paddled a canoe into the bayou. As they turned a corner, Naveen's surprise came into view. There were huge bonfires burning alongside the river. "The fires are for Papa Noel," Tiana explained. "So he can find his way in the sky?" asked Naveen. Tiana laughed. "Papa Noel doesn't use a sleigh. He travels in a pirogue. That's a flat-bottomed canoe pulled by alligators." Fog rolled in, and Tiana and Naveen paddled towards home. The folks along the river pointed excitedly at the couple's canoe. Through the mist, all they could see was the couple's red blanket. "Look, it's him!" the river folk shouted. They thought Tiana and Naveen's canoe belonged to Papa Noel. All around them, people jumped into their boats, hoping to catch a glimpse of the mysterious visitor. When the bayou folk paddled out of the fog, they found Tiana and Naveen standing on the dock. "Have you seen Papa Noel?" someone asked. "We haven't, but since you're in town, would you like to join us for dinner? There's plenty to share." "Thank you," said one of the travelers. "I guess we don't mind if we do." By the time Tiana and Naveen reached Tiana's palace, guests were starting to arrive. Tiana greeted Naveen's parents and her mother, Eudora. She welcomed her best friend Charlotte and her friend's father, Daddy LaBouffe. Then Tiana looked up and saw an elderly man in a red suit with other guests. She was curious, but she had to finish cooking and put on her party dress. In the dining room, Tiana's alligator friend, Louis, handed out parcels of sugared fruits and sweets. Each box was wrapped with shiny purple paper and topped with a beautiful golden bow. One woman was especially excited to see Louis. "It's one of Papa Noel's alligators," the woman said. Louis gave her a wide, toothy smile. It was nice that none of the guests were afraid of him. Soon Tiana and Naveen brought out the food. Dinner is served, Tiana announced. Everyone cheered when they saw the table full of food. There were pots of Tiana's delicious gumbo turkey with chestnuts, roasted ham, grits, yams, vegetables, and souffles. The guests heaped their plates high with food and dug in. Tiana smiled. There was nothing she liked better than friends enjoying her cooking. Some of the guests ate second, third, and even fourth helpings. After everyone had eaten, Naveen and Louis played jazz versions of their favorite Christmas carols. Tiana invited her guests to dance. As the band finished another song, Tiana realized she had forgotten to serve dessert. Quickly, she ran to the kitchen and filled a cart with lots of delicious puddings. The cart was so full that Tiana could barely open the kitchen door. "Let me help you with that, my dear," said a white-bearded gentleman. He helped Tiana push the cart into the dining room. As Tiana ducked back into the kitchen, she realized that the man looked just like Papa Noel. Tiana hurried back into the dining room, but the man had vanished. Just then, Naveen walked up to Tiana. "This is wonderful," he beamed. Tiana grinned and spotted the man in the red suit. "Do you think that's Papa Noel?" she asked. Before Tiana could investigate, Naveen pulled her onto the dance floor. "Stranger things have happened," he said. Tiana was delighted that Naveen's first New Orleans Christmas was going so well. For her, that was magic enough.